So I've had my camera for about a year, and since then I've only used one lens. So I decided to get those guys. What's up guys? So as I said, since I bought that camera, I bought only one lens which came with my camera, which is this 12-60 f3.5 5.6, but because I have a micro four thirds sensor, it's like a 24-120mm. But I wanted to get other lenses. You know as me that lenses can be really expensive, and the thing is that at home, I have a lot of lenses, but they are just not meant to be used on a micro four thirds mount. So I decided to get those. I'll show you. So this one is a M42 to micro four thirds adapter, and this one is a Nikon to micro four thirds adapter. My dad also have a few Pentax lenses, but I was not sure if that aperture ring was going to work or not, and since the Pentax lenses from my dad doesn't have any aperture rings, I prefer not to buy one and to test this Nikon one with the ring, and now that I know it's working, I will probably also buy a Pentax adapter, because all my Nikon lenses also have a aperture ring. So I bought those two adapters from K&F Concept. They came in the mail about 2 days ago, and I must say that I'm pretty impressed. A friend told me to buy my adapter from K&F Concept, and I trusted him and I bought them, and I'm really happy with the build quality of those. I mean, it's fully in metal. It's not really heavy. When you have it in your hands, it does feel solid. Like those two, like could punch someone with those, like I wouldn't try though. Anyway, they works really well. So I'll first show you the lens I have with a M42 mount. So first I have that lens, which is Edixa Travnar. I first thought it was a Leica lens because of the Leica cap, but it's not really a Leica lens, but it's great though. This one is a 135mm f3.5. Because my camera has a micro four thirds sensor, it gives me a 270mm, and since I really love telephoto lens and long lenses, this one is really great. The build quality is overall not that bad, it's pretty good. I mean, at 3.5 it's not that sharp, but it still works really well. The only downside with this one is like the aperture ring. It's so strange. Look at that, you have two aperture rings. You can set this one like to f32, but it doesn't make anything. It's still wide open, and I have to press that button here to make that. I don't really understand how it works, but it works, so I won't complain. And this lens was manufactured around 1965. So now for the most interesting one, this one. So this lens is a Super Tachymar 55mm f1.8. It's a really fast lens. So with the crop factor of my camera, it's like a 110mm. So it's a long lens. As I said, I really love long lenses. It's not the best, but honestly, it's pretty sharp, and the colors you get with that lens are pretty unique. And I really love the style of this one. And also, when you close the iris, it's not totally round, you know? So the bokeh with this lens is really great. But also another fun fact about this lens, I was going to say great thing, but I don't know if it's really a great thing, is that technically this lens is radioactive. Yes, this lens was built with some thorium inside, so this lens is radioactive. So I wouldn't sleep with it next to me, but honestly there is not a lot of thorium, so it's not that dangerous. And this lens was manufactured between 1962 and 1971, so it's also a pretty old lens. And also, I forgot to mention, the flares you can get with that lens are gorgeous. So those two are pretty old, and I think it's really fun to play around with vintage lens. Obviously everything is in manual. So that was for the M42 adapter. Now for the Nikon. So this one has a built-in aperture ring, but when you close it, it doesn't close an iris inside the adapter. It makes this little part right here moves, which moves apart in the Nikon lens, which change the aperture. So that can be really handy for lenses which doesn't have an aperture rings. My Nikon's ones have one. That was more to test if it was going to work on my Pentax lenses, my father's lenses, to see if it was going to work. So from Nikon, I won't talk that much about those lenses because I think they are a bit less unique, since for example this one is still produced now. So I have a few Nikon lenses. I have this 50mm f1.8, so it's pretty similar to this Super Takumar 55mm, but this one is pretty unique because it's a really old lens. Technically it's not as good as this one because it's older, but sometimes this lens is better for a few things. You also have this 70 to 200, but you don't do that to zoom, you do that. So for me a 210 mils, sorry, gives me a 420 mils. So really long lens. And I also have this 35 to 70. Pretty basic, but it works. Yes, those are my new lenses, and I didn't pay that much because I just paid for those two adapters. I would really say if you are looking for an adapter, consider buying a K&F Concept one. I'm not paid to say that, I just think they are really good, and another friend of mine also used them and is really happy with them. So if you wanna get an adapter, just I would say go for one of those guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, to subscribe and to share the video. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Shoo.